What the hell did I just play? What the fuck was that? I legit have no idea. I have no comprehension of what I just experienced in Grabbed by the Ghoulies, a game from Rareware, the legendary studio Rare. In fact, their very first title, post Nintendo era, when they were acquired by Microsoft. And I wasn't sure what to expect when going into this one. I had I had a vague understanding of this title, right? I have heard of people talking about it before. I knew it was in production for the GameCube initially before moving over to Xbox. I know a little bit about it, but nothing could have prepared me for the asinine bullshit this game put me through from the minute I turned it on. Like, this is, bar none, the ugliest fucking Rareware game I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is, bar none, the worst. Like, I legit, I have no idea what they were going for. Like, I have no idea how they released the game in this state. Like, maybe they could have cleaned it up a lot. Like, maybe they could have, made the combat more satisfying, made the fleshed out the concept more. They've done a lot more fine tuning, because I think the game at its core is great. Like, the idea of being a 3D beat 'em up set in a haunted house where you're going around like fighting ghouls and skeletons and shit like that while you're trying to save your girlfriend. It's great. It's fundamentally like really rare, and there are lots of things about the game that make me feel like yeah, it could have been really good. Like, it does feel in some respects like something classic Rare would have come up with, but unfortunately, because of the evil Microsoft, or maybe Rareware themselves, they threw this game out there with no fine-tuning, no adjustments, just, yeah, here's Grabbed by the Ghoulies as it is, and it is a piece of shit. So what exactly makes Grabbed by the Ghoulies so awful? Like, I've played maybe like 10 areas, 10 rooms of this shit so far. So here's what you do in Grabbed by the Ghoulies. You have your character, a boy, going around just jabbing skeletons and little imps with the square button. Like, sometimes you'll like pound them like randomly. Sometimes you'll kick at them, but generally, you're fighting these very slow-moving, boring, vaguely spooky enemies throughout the entire thing. Like, they just pop out of walls, paintings, objects, and just come at you, and you just kick them away. It's again, like, this game has no idea what it wants to be, because on one hand it has like all this spooky imagery, it tries to build up tension, it tries to present itself like as a horror game, like especially very early on, right? And then you're like, but on the other hand, you have this butler just going around, like, who's just around, like, giving you instructions for no explicable reason. Like, you have your own, you can beat the crap out of anything that crosses your path. Like, it's just awful. Like, there's no getting around it. Like, it is just plain awful. There is nothing redeeming about this game. It's kind of odd too, because towards the end, like, it's the girlfriend. This is probably the only reason I'm going to keep playing this game. The girlfriend is the most obnoxious bitch I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, who the fuck? Like, I remember, like, I'm coming up with, like, people. It reminds me of, like, what the girl in Geo did, right? The Junji Ito book, the Junji Ito manga about the fish with legs, fish with robot legs. The girl in that one got angry at her boyfriend for fighting a fucking shark, for not wanting to fight a fucking shark. Excuse me. The girl here gets angry at you for being saved by someone else, the butler in this first instance, and she's just immediately starts shit talking you, and I'm just like, holy fucking shit, she's a complete bitch. I love her. She's hilarious. I love that. It's very Rareware-ish to have this sort of like ungrateful princess character. I just love it. It's super endearing. I enjoy that a lot. Well, not really endearing. It's so awful it becomes amazing, and I do think that's the main appeal for the game, for me at least, is that like it's terrible for sure. Like I hate it for sure, but I really don't think there's anything else like it. Like at the same time, like it still feels like they made something completely novel and unique. Like I can't think of any other game that's structured like this with the beat 'em ups and just the random scare mechanics. Like I can't get away from this fact. It feels like I could have really liked this game if they fine-tuned some of the mechanics and I don't know, like maybe improve the character models, do some like really polish it, basically, like polish it a lot. Because like I like beat 'em ups. I like spooky shit. I like obnoxious women. It's just I don't know. Like I just it just doesn't work. Like at the end of the day, like everything about this game just fails to interest me at all. Like the only thing I'm really interested in at this point. Years and years ago, I read a Game Informer magazine, like describing the wimpiest character in all of gaming, and it was this guy. Like 2003, like I was reading this magazine, and I didn't remember what the game was from. I remember the character's first name, and I remember he was on an adventure to save his obnoxious girlfriend, but I couldn't remember what game he was from or where he was. Or what console it was, or even how old the game was. And now I see, like now I understand, like now I know. The answer is Cooper. Grabbed by the Ghoulies. This fucker is just, damn. I want to see where the game goes. I want to see like its evolution. It's interesting. This is an Xbox game. I think Conker's Bad Fur Day looks better than this. Like I think Star Fox Adventures looks better than this. I think Banjo-Kazooie has a more fleshed out concept. It's like Banjo-Kazooie does look better than this actually. Like all these N64 games, right? This old ass shit. It looks better than this garbage ass comic book looking piece of shit. Like I have no idea what they were thinking. Like this does not look good by any stretch of the imagination. Like this, there is nothing about Grabbed by the Ghoulies that's good.